Can be seated. Sit down, gentlemen. I will be briefing you on operations of the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies across the country in line with our weekly schedule. The various operations have progressed satisfactorily in all the theaters from 13th to 19th of August 2020. Let us take a look at the Northeast Zone. The troops of Operation Lafia Adole have continued to exhibit sustained resilience in the fight against terrorism in the Northeast Zone of the country. For this period, as troops successfully conducted aggressive clearance operations and dominate the theaters of operation, the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Adole conducted comprehensive precision strikes to mark the launching of Operation Hailstorm. Several air interdictions were conducted at identified Boko Haram terrorists and ISWAP targets in the Lake Chad area and Sambisa forests of Borno State. These attacks were conducted at Tumbuma Baba on the 16th of August 2020, one of the island settlements on the fringes of the Lake Chad. Additionally, the logistics facilities of VHC at Haram on the fringes of the Lake Chad were also destroyed on the 17th of August 2020. Their attack on the locations scored devastating hits on the settlement, killing no fewer than 20 terrorists and destroying their structures. Several both BHT and ASWAP commanders were also killed, and some of their dwellings destroyed at Boboshi, a village along the river line on eastern parts of the Sambisa forest. Meanwhile, troops of Army Super Camp 9 on 16th of August 2020 engaged BHTs and ASWAP elements during clearance operations at the local government area of Borno State. During the operation, 2 terrorists were neutralized, while 1 AK-47 rifle and 8 rounds of 7.62mm special were recovered. Similarly, troops of Strong Response Area, Polka, while on a fighting patrol, encountered and engaged BHTs and ASWAP's elements along Road Polka, Filgi, Banki Junction in Goza local government area of the state. In the process, the terrorist was neutralized, while 2 fully loaded AK-47 rifles, 2 36 hand grenades, 1 motorcycle, and improvised explosive device materials were recovered by the troops. Similarly, troops of 144 Battalion on ambush operation encountered and engaged BHTs to ISWAP elements at Waga, Mangoro, and Waga Lawal in the same local government area. The terrorists fled to superior firepower of the troops. In another encounter, troops of 151 Task Force Battalion neutralized 2 terrorists along Road Banki, Polka in Bakma local government area of the state. Deducing from these results within the period, it is clear that troops of the Armed Forces of Nigeria are resolute in their endeavor to end the BHT/ISWAP menace in the Northeast. Gentlemen of the press, I am bringing this out clearly to let you know and let the public know that the reinvigorated and reviewed strategy is working. Like I always said, you will not come out in the open. You will see us now picking them one after the other according to their pockets. You will discover that the summary of all these series of operations by the land component are more or less like picked meal, fanning out from the super camp or the other camps that are appendages of the super camps. I say this because a lot of people began to wonder, how is it working? If you keep taking out 2, 3 in their pockets as they come out for their criminality, it makes a whole lot. Now, the Northwest Zone. In continuation of intensive clearance operation in the Northwest Zone of the country, troops of Operation Hadarin Daji have continued to record tremendous successes against the bandits. Within the period under review, in a combined special clearance operation, troops of Operation Sahel Sanity destroyed 12 bandit camps at Yobe, Baranda, in Batsari local government of Katsina State. 3 armed bandits were also neutralized in the process, while others escaped with various degrees of gunshot wounds. Equally, troops of Operation Sahel Sanity deployed at forward operating base Sabumbirini local government area of Sokoto State on the 15th of August, after an undercover operation, successfully smashed the notorious illegal arms smuggling syndicate, who specialized in massive arms supply to bandits in the northwest from across the international borders. The 3 suspects, all Nigerian citizens, were intercepted at Dantudu in the Lailai district of Sabon Birini local government of Sokoto State with 6 AK-47 rifles, 3 AK-47 rifle magazines, and 2,415 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition concealed in various parts of their vehicle. It therefore goes to show that some of the security challenges in the country have external influence, which is to further confirm our various discoveries. In the other, for one of the operations in the recent past, in Niger State, there were 2 foreigners. You can look at this one and see this one. That is, like I am saying, is that foreigners, intruders, criminals from our neighboring states, neighboring countries are equally involved. And we need to be up and doing, particularly our civilians outside there, the general public, to give us information. And once such an information is passed, it will now be passed downwards, extended to other security agencies in the country, and they will now begin to check the authenticity, whether they have papers before they are in this country or they're coming to this country, because you can see people innocent in the day, in the night they come to something else. So we are soliciting. That is why we came to emphasize, to re-emphasize. Already this has gone out as a press release, but we need to let the public know that, look, when people come, in those days we used to call them megadi. They just come, dress anyhow, just give them in your garage or the gate, say it's a gate man. All those kind of things, people need to give information to the appropriate security agencies. You can talk to the police, talk to vigilante, and then the thing goes on there. They will now check out the people right from the villages. That is the essence of bringing out this message. Let people know, because I know that for this briefing, it goes very wide. We have a very wide reach. Ladies and gentlemen, these successes recorded within the period are evidence of the troops' determination, resilience, and commitment to end the security challenges bedeviling the Northwest Zone. You can all agree with me that, as it is now, to a large extent, farming, social and economic activities are once again flourishing in the Northwest Zone. Now, the South-South Zone. Troops of Operation Delta Safe have continued their aggressive fight against crude oil theft, pipeline vandalism, and illegal oil bunkering in the zone with attendant successes. Within the period under review, Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder discovered an illegal refining site at Kurusha Group. The site had a reservoir laden with an estimated 943.47 barrels of crude oil suspected to be crude oil. The site was deactivated. Similarly, on 14th of August 2020, another site was discovered at Yalama community in Akoko Turo local government area of Rivers State. The site, which had 2 metal reservoirs laden with an estimated 450,000 liters of illegally refined AGO, was deactivated. Related to this, personnel of Nigerian Navy ship Delta, deployed on board the Ocean Marine Solutions houseboat along Yeye Creek in Burut local government of Delta State, visited a previously deactivated illegal refining site around Kukawa community. The site was observed to have been reactivated and had 6 ovens, 7 surface metal storage tanks, and 3 dugout pits, cumulatively laden with about 120 liters of product suspected to be illegally refined HUO and 566.08 barrels of product suspected to be stolen crude oil. The storage facilities and products were dismantled, while the site was earmarked for one bogey operation. Additionally, on the 15th of August 2020, at Ipemu community along Jones Creek in Warri South local government area of Delta State, the patrol team intercepted and impounded a large wooden boat laden with about 132,000 liters of products suspected to be illegally refined HUO. From all this, it is clear that troops of the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies working together remain committed to fight against economic sabotage. In the North Central Zone, troops have continued to sustain intensive clearance operations, which have yielded remarkable successes. Within the period under review, troops of Operation Safe Haven, Thunder Strike, and Wild Stroke conducted several ambushes, raids, and clearance patrols at various locations in the zone. Notably, on 13th of August 2020, troops of Operation Safe Haven intercepted and nabbed 5 suspected robbers at the snap checkpoint established at Makera. The suspects were arrested along with a red Vectra car with registration number Platoon BF335JJM used in perpetrating their heinous crimes. The criminals confessed to be members of a syndicate that specialized in robbing unsuspecting passengers along the highways. The suspects are being profiled, after which they will be handed over to the Nigerian police for further action. Troops also apprehended 2 armed robbers following credible intelligence report on their activities in Rukaya village of Mavo district in Wase local government area of Plateau State. Additionally, the air component of Operation Thunder Strike equally neutralized several armed bandits at their camp in the Kuluru forest area of Kaduna State on August 13, 2020. The feat was achieved through airstrikes carried out on the heels of intelligence reports indicating the convergence of members of an Ansaru terrorist sect linked with bandits group led by one Malam Abba at the location. Area surveillance missions conducted over the area also observed some bandits wielding weapons in the forest. Several of the bandits were killed as the attack helicopters trapped the area, while others attempting to escape were mopped up in follow-on attacks. Meanwhile, troops of Nigerian Navy ship Lugard stationed at Olamaboro local government area of Kogi State on 15th of August 2020 arrested 2 suspected armed bandits. The arrests were made at Akpoboni guest house in Okpo local government area of Olamaboro local government area. Following August 2020, troops of Sector 2 Operation Wellstroke acting on credible intelligence on the location of a hideout being used by some armed militia linked to wanted Benue militia leader Tewaze Akwaza, also known as Ghana, around Abaji in Kasinala local government area of Benue State. The troops swiftly conducted a dawn raid operation on the identified hideout, popularly known as Small London, located at Amafu village. Contact was made with the armed militiamen. Troops swiftly responded with superior firepower, forcing them to flee in disarray into the surrounding forest. One of the wanted kingpins, Mr. Atso, also known as Smalley, was neutralized during the encounter, while others escaped. Troops recovered 1 AK-47 rifle with 17 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition during the operation. And as part of civil military cooperation activities in this zone, Headquarters Operation Safe Haven on the 12th of August 2020 commissioned a total of 6 hand pump boreholes at various communities in Plateau State. The projects were part of Operation Safe Haven civil military cooperation activities aimed at enhancing cordial relations with host communities in the state towards achieving total peace on the plateau. The details are contained in this press statement. Furthermore, Headquarters Operation Safe Haven also held stakeholders meeting with Fulani leaders at Gidan, Ado, as well as Menyanga, Hura, Zirishi, and Dundu community leaders, all in Riom local government area of Plateau State. Similarly, meetings were held with Jamaat Nasrid Islam and Christian Association of Nigerian Leaders in Barkin Ladi local government area, and also with community leaders at Fadan Karshi village in Sanga local government area of Kaduna State. The Military High Command commends all the gallant troops of the armed forces and personnel of other security agencies involved in various corporations across the country for their steadfastness, doggedness, and commitment. They are equally encouraged to remain resolute and decisive in curtailing the activities of all criminal elements in the country. Members of the general public are hereby reassured that the Nigerian military will continue to tackle the security challenges to ensure that normalcy is attained in all the geopolitical zones of the country. However, their support is highly solicited in the area of providing credible information to assist our operations. Thank you. No, I will not say that, because whatever we are doing is we are following the directive of the Commander-in-Chief. So it's not in reaction to what he said, at all, not at all. Of course, we gather information from all sources, and if they are useful for us, we use them. But whatever we are doing is strictly in line with the directive given by the Commander-in-Chief to the armed forces and other security agencies to go and do more. Is the more we are doing, based on information we get. Thank you. Anyone to my left? Okay. So we have come to the end of today's meeting. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I expect... No, I passed that place, conflict situation, and we are managing the conflict. And as we are managing the conflict, we have told that there are pockets of reactions here on the side of the criminals. That is what you are seeing. The road still remains open. The task given to us by the CNC is still in focus, and we will continue to be on it to ensure that the road remains open and that the IDPs are in the place that they have been resettled. Thank you. Now back to the hall here. I think I was already rounding up before he now drew us back. So gentlemen, I want to, on behalf of, I am not permitted to do this, but I will do it. On behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff and the High Command, to thank you for what you have been doing so far. I know it's a lot of, sometimes, let's say, stress on you, pulling you out every week. Sometimes there are commitments